Canadian inferno. Northern heat exceeds worst-case climate models.
Here's a summary of the article.
Johan Rockström, the director of the Potsdam Institute for Climate Impact Research, said the recent extreme weather anomalies were not represented in global computer models that are used to project how the world might change with more emissions. Trapped in a vast heat dome that enveloped western Canada and the northwestern U.S., temperatures had nowhere to go but up. In Lytton, the Canadian national heat record was broken on Monday, smashed on Tuesday and then obliterated on Wednesday when the local monitoring station registered 49.6 C. After the insufferable heat came choking fire. Across the border, in Washington state, the maximum heat measured at Olympia and Quileute was 6 C higher than the previous all-time record, according to the Weather Prediction Center. The previous week, Northern Europe and Russia also sweltered in an unprecedented heat bubble. The intensity of the heat in the Northwest Americas this year and Siberia last year has taken many scientists by surprise and suggested extra factors may be involved in northern latitudes. You warm up the planet, you're going to see an increased incidence of heat extremes. Climate models capture this effect very well and predict large increases in heat extremes. But there is something else going on with this heat wave, and indeed, with many of the very persistent weather extremes we've seen in recent years in the US, Europe, Asia and elsewhere, where the models aren't quite capturing the impact of climate change.
This post received a score of 3,400, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Apparently we had 710,000 plus lightning events in 15 hours, which somehow is only 5% of Canada's annual average, around 14.3 million I guess, but simultaneously a tenfold increase over last year. That's nuts.
Lightning strikes cause lots of fires. Along with blown embers from existing fires, that is how the majority of fires started in the Great Conflagration in Australia in 2019.
The amazing speed at which we will shrug off this heat wave and go back to business as usual is what bums me out most.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the stock market will continue to grow and the richest will get much richer, living lives of luxury beyond your wildest dreams, sparing them from the Elysium-style dystopia awaiting your descendants.
Didn't the French people do something about that a long time ago?
I've been saying this for years. How bad does it have to get?
Buckle in, smirk.
I half understand how this heat dome happens and builds. But what makes it break apart or disintegrate or whatever? How does it end?
The heat dome is caused by the jet stream no longer following a horizontal path, instead following a wavy zigzagging line, because the jet stream is fueled by the difference in temperature between the North Pole and the equator, a value heavily decreased by global warming. If the jet stream becomes weak enough, these weather patterns will not break apart or disintegrate, they will get stuck.
I live in Edmonton and, holy shit, it is too damn hot to do anything outside. The part that is terrifying is in the summer we get thunderstorms in the evening, which means wildfires. I still remember the high-level fire of 2019 where the skies turned orange from all the smoke that was blowing in. Let me tell you, in video games and movies orange skies look badass, but in real life it's actually goddamn terrifying.
We had a thunderstorm today in Calgary that lasted for hours. I can't remember the last time we had a thunderstorm that lasted that long. I enjoyed it, but it was strange. Lots of damage to parts of the city though, which is awful. The wildfires are next and I'm not looking forward to that.
You were probably caught in a line of thunderstorms being pushed by the cold front. If they're lined up and moving just right, you can get stuck in a day-long line of thunderstorms that just roll and overtake each other. Crazy stuff.
And it will get worse. The hots will get hotter, the colds will get colder, and the swings between the two will be hella fast.
We went from 30 degrees to a snowstorm in 24 hours last month in this part of Canada I'm in. Everything is fine.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.